it's Kelly from the County Brant Public Library again. Today we're going to be working on a concrete bowl. I like working with concrete. It's a fun medium to do lots of things with it. This bowl is relatively simple. We're using a balloon for our vessel. And this is the one that I just finished. I like the raw edges of this just because it makes it very interesting to see the things in it. I might even add a candle to it later, but I'm going to do this one and then I'll show you the finished product in a couple days. It doesn't take that long to dry, but it's something that the longer you leave it to dry, the better. It just gets sturdier with a couple days. It is a quick drying cement, and I've got about 2 cups in the pot here. And it's relatively easy to mix. You want to mix it to like the consistency of sour cream. I try to do it a little bit at a time so that I don't get too much water, because you don't really want too much water, otherwise you just have to keep adding cement. And with your kit, you're only going to get a certain amount, so it's best just to start with a little bit and work your way. So I've just got a bucket that I've been using for years and a shovel. As you see, I've got gloves on. Cement tends to dry out your hands quite readily, so I suggest that you use gloves. And it really wouldn't be a bad idea when you're mixing to have a mask on as well, because the powder is kind of yucky when you get it in your face. Okay, so as you can see, it's kind of like a mixture of sour cream. Okay, so with this, we're just actually gonna just add it to our balloon. I know, easier said than done, because it tends to wanna just fall down. You wanna do it fairly thick, or if you do it thin, do it in 2 stages. If you do, my first one that I tried doing like this, I did it way too thin and the edges just all cracked. So you can do it in 2 stages. It's something it's fun to play with anyway. So don't go very far down on your balloon. Wouldn't even maybe go halfway. So you can do it however you want on the edges. I like the ununiform edge. If you want to do a uniform edge, I would mark my balloon first and then do it that way. So as I said, this is a quick drying cement. So you can leave it sitting for maybe an hour or so, and you can be able to muck with it. So in saying muck with it, I mean you can actually smooth it out with a nice wet cloth to make it a little bit smoother. I kind of like the rough cement, but this cement you can also sand if you need to. So this one, the little bowl that I have done, I've actually sanded some of my edges. And because I did it too thin the first time, I added more inside after I took the balloon off, which is another option for you, right? So this quick drying cement I just buy at the lumber store or the hardware store. It's not a cheap program or not a cheap project to run. So if you're wanting to do something on your own, I would buy something that's not the quick drying cement. Okay, as you can see, I'm just building up my bowl here now. I'm not going to go much farther down. And I'm going to let this one dry. See, I can muck with it a little bit, make it a little bit smoother. The inside's going to be not too bad because it's on the balloon. And really depends on the temperature of the day as well. Sometimes it dries a lot quicker than others. As you can see, I can smooth it out quite readily with my gloves on. You really don't want to add too much more water though, because once you've got it mixed to the right consistency, you just want to leave it that way. And when you're smoothing it, you can see that you've got little holes, just fill them in. A little bit more concrete. So once this is done, I'm gonna fill it up maybe with a plant, might make it into a candle. I think if I was gonna do a candle, I'd maybe make it just a little bit smaller. So I hope this is a medium that you would like to try again. And I'll be back to show you the finished product. I'll see you soon. Hello again, it's Kelly from the County Brant Public Library. I just wanted to show you the finished product of our concrete bowl. I did it, this was like 2 days ago. So I just left it sitting with the balloon in its little container. I'm just going to show you how to pull apart and what to kind of expect. Well, I had my scissors handy. There we go. So I don't pop the balloon per se. I more or less kind of just left the air. I don't know if I just pop it. It's not that it should really matter. So now you have this lovely bowl, and you can see some of the edges are quite thin. I can just kind of snap them, which is fine. I would maybe sand those down to the little thicker spot, but isn't that super sweet? So this is the one that I finished a couple days ago. So I just put water in it and a floating candle. So there's lots, and it would look nice sitting on your table, and I put a flower in it as well. But this one I think I'm going to plant with a planter and some succulents. And you've just got a nice little bowl to set on your table outside in your yard or on your dining room table. So just enjoy the process, have fun with it. Maybe you'll find a new medium that you'd like to play with. See you soon. Bye.